think stupid. So they want us to feel stupid. That's how they want us to be. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. So they want us to think stupid. So they want us to feel stupid. That's how they want us to be. That's how they want us to be. They've been celebrating all these days. They've been celebrating all these days. So what about the slavery days? So what about the slavery days? They've been celebrating all these days. They've been celebrating all these days. So what about the slavery days? So what about the slavery days? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. So they want us to think stupid. So they want us to feel stupid. That's how they want us to be. That's how they want us to be. They know that I know. And I know that they know. They know that I know. And I know that they know. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. So they want us to think stupid. So they want us to feel stupid. That's what they want us to do.
A pleasant good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. And how are we doing this afternoon?
Things will be better. They told us things will be cheaper. They told us things will be easier. Hey, 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 hey.
I feel like having an irie evening, the man.
Hey, hey. So they want us to think stupid. So they want us to feel stupid. That's who they want us to be. That's who they want us to be. They've been celebrating all.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen,
Been celebrating all.
it's going to be another wonderful evening.
What about the slavery days? So what about the slavery days? They've been celebrating all.
They want us to think stupid, eh?
Celebrating all.
So they feel we stupid, eh?
What about the slavery days? So what about the slavery days? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. So they want us to think stupid. So they want us to feel stupid.
Go ahead and share the live right now. Let them know Royalty James is on.
So they want us to think stupid. So they want us.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good afternoon to you again. This is yours truly, Royalty James. You are tuned in to the classroom. Class is presently in session, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing this afternoon? Good afternoon to the people that are already on my Facebook page. I want to say good afternoon to you, Andra out there in Resource, Natasha Joseph, good evening to you, Jillian Prescott. Natasha, I said good evening to you already. Seems like I said good evening to Natasha twice. Why? Jillian Prescott, I said good evening to you. Mr. David Romaine, good evening to you. Dennis Fabio, good evening to you. And my loving student, Keisha Walcott, good evening to you. To the people already on my YouTube page, good afternoon to you also. Maria Marcel, good evening to you. Agnes Henry, Errol Bonaparte, Deborah Laborde, Shama Jeremiah. Shama Jeremiah is saying she's listening and she's saying good evening to the rest of the class. Good evening to you, Faith Haley Douglas. Good evening to you, Kathleen Lendo and Cynthia Paris. Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the classroom. Let them know that we're here. Let them know it's another evening of conversation, another evening where you'd be intrigued that it relates to political information that is being shared here on this medium. All right? So again, good afternoon, and we get ready to jump right on the inside. Go ahead right now, share the live. Don't be scared to share the live right now. Don't be afraid to share the live. Share it. Let them know that PJ is on. All right, let them know Royalty James is on right now. To my viewers, good evening to you. First and foremost, I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to have to, be here again with you guys. And I pray that you all are having a wonderful, wonderful evening. as I am doing, and everything is all right with your friends and your family and everybody that is involved in your life, I want to say good evening and God's blessings to each and every one of you. All right, God's blessings to you. I want to implore to my people, please continue to have a peaceful season, continue to have a wonderful time and non-violent season. I want to ensure that I send this out there because I want persons to understand that we don't want to have to go through the rest of the year or the rest of the season hearing that there's violence 2 and 4. All right, so we're asking persons to be on the safe side, remain on the safe side, and God's blessings. Hopefully we have a wonderful carnival season. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you of a special presentation tonight by our dear political leader and 22 years as Prime Minister, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. Tonight will be addressing the nation, and so he would be addressing on issues he believed that are burning our people. So tune in at 8 p.m. tonight and you would hear the right Honorable Dr. Keith Mitchell, who will be giving us some information. All right? Now, you have not heard me in a little while because normally when I go off on a Thursday, it feels like it's a decade to get back here on a Tuesday. All right? So today, we're jumping straight into it. All right? Now, it saddens me, ladies and gentlemen, that when we listen nowadays to the many conversations that we have heard in recent weeks, in that of persons continue after 1 year, whenever there is a failure, whenever there is a fault that has been found within this administration, immediately what you first hear is that there is too many NNP supporters still integrated within the system after 1 year, and so many persons that would have been sent home, right, and victimized, and still you're hearing that there's so many persons that support the new national party that is infiltrated within the systems, which is very funny. And you hear so many persons cry and ask for persons to be sent home. Everything they believe, you see, they have been failing so often and they have been doing so many things wrong that anytime something comes up, the immediate persons to blame is the new national party. And so we have gotten used to that for the past year and some months since they have taken office. And so even so, trade union leaders, and you heard it yourself, may they last, when they're stating that there is too many NNP supporters within the Ministry of Education. You heard there is too many NNP supporters in the Ministry of Youth, too many supporters within the SMC, too many supporters within all kind of entity whenever something is happening. But whenever something good happens, funny enough, they take the praise, and the NNP supporters, they didn't get rid of them. They're still infiltrated within the system. But whenever something happens good, you don't hear they say, well, thank God for the persons that are in the different places that support the new national party. And so they have done a good job. But whenever you call on them and you see a little failure, they get timid. And then immediately, what you hear starting to happen is that they're starting to blame the NNP supporters, right? Now, everything that have happened in recent weeks and recent days must have had happened through a clarion call from members within the state who support the new national party. Be it by calling radio programs, be it by putting up Facebook posts, be it by whatever means, we must have made a clarion call in recent weeks and days and months in order for certain things to happen. So we see yesterday that it was posted on Facebook that they are not seeing NNP surrogates giving kudos to this administration on the fixing of the Simon Bridge. Now it is funny that they now want to be praised for this after there were particular callers on particular programs calling each and every morning, asking government to please assist the people within the Pauls and Simon area. So after crying and bawling and pleading, finally, they start to do something, and then here what they jump in for. They want praise immediately. But when we were calling and asking for it, they were calling us obstructionists. You see how it happens? And you see how it goes? When we were calling for it and asking for it and coming on my program and Brother Sheldon's program and other programs, and persons were calling in and asking, please fix the bridge. Please. All kind of every morning you listen to Brother Shaggy program, there were persons within that resides in the area and asking, please fix the bridge. All kind of conversation came up where they were asking, all we're asking the government to do is fix the bridge. And this was in excess of more than 3 months. In more than 3 months, the persons have been asking since after the general elections. Sister Kate, came forward and gave explanation as to, monies and so on that have already been allocated for the fixing of the bridge. And so they fixed a little piece, they put a few nails, and then immediately, you hear what they call for? Why we don't praise them? Why we don't come out and say, job well done? After we bawl and we beg, it means that our voices were heard. That is all you have to praise us for. We that need the praise, how we could praise you when we beg, and everything that have been happening is beg. We've been begging for it. The bushing program, we beg for it. The fixing of bridges, we've been begging for it. Now we want to make a clarion call now that we get to know about the school books and the school assistant program. We start to make our necks cry again. So continue to call us obstructionists, no problem. But when it is for the voice of this nation, for things to happen and happen speedily, you ain't going to stop hearing us. So obstructionists, yes, call us that. But you would not stop hearing us. But whenever you all get it done, you want the praise. Why don't we come now on radio and program and TV? The last time they once said to me, oh, gas price go down, you don't hear me. I said, when gas price was going up, I wasn't hearing you. I said, when gas price was going up, I wasn't hearing you. But now gas price going down, I should bellow that gas price is going down. But when gas price was going up, I wasn't hearing them saying, whoa, this administration don't do nothing to deal with the gas prices. So that in itself, people should understand, should help you to understand what is the mindset of these administrators and the supporters. That is the mindset. They believe to themselves that now they have been elected as a government. Grenada belongs to them. And so everything else that is of a wrong should not be mentioned. And so when you go on and you speak and you voice your opinion on certain things, you hear it coming and they're trying to attack you. They're trying to attack you. And so this morning, somebody jotted my attention to one of the programs where they sat in again and they're attacking. And they're attacking. And they come in and they're speaking about my personal character. But my program is not for that. If I wanted to run a dramatic program to do this kind of thing, I might have hosted one like maybe Jerry Springer or Murray. My program is not for that. I deal with people whose name that are on the ballot paper. Not people who sit and as me and talk. They can't do nothing if we sit down and every time you look on the program, you hear my name, and you come on my program and you hear their name. There is nothing important that people may want to hear. I am here to give information about what is happening in the state. That's what I'm here for. So whoever want to live in the past as it relates to characteristic and behavior, we all have a closet, but I would not go into yours because I know my place. And so when persons come to this program, it's not to hear who is a lesbian and who is a gay and who beat their husband or who leave their wife or who want to scrub their step. This is not what this program is about. If you want to listen to that, ladies and gentlemen, go and listen to Melee. Wait until election, Christmas time and wait for the Melee. This program is not about Melee. This program is about information. And when I give it most factually. And if you can't do that and you have to stray and talk about somebody's business, this is not this program is for. This is not what this program is for, ladies and gentlemen. It's to disseminate information and to give it most factually. And I deal with persons whose name that are on ballot papers. that when I go on election day, I see them there and I could not vote for them. This is why I'm here. And I'm not here to read anybody's characteristics. I'm not here pleading for a little money. Or I'm not here asking to do fundraisers. That's not what my program is about. My program is to give you information. And when I give you information, I test you to say to you, come and speak to me. And say to me, Prince, what you're saying here is wrong. And I have different information. You understand me? So the clarion call were made. Shaggy program and every program you joined, you were hearing conversations. When will the bridge be fixed? But no, they pump to nail. Not even 3/4 is done. Not even to say, well, you have 90% of the bridge completed, but you want praise. Praise for what? Praise for what? How do you get praise? You understand me? How do you get praise? How you expect praise to come to you? No, you realize that when you got there, you spend so much money. So the projects that was there that was supposed to take priority, you all use that funds. So it could not have been done. But then here comes the cash brought in program, the CBI. That's the meaning of it under the National Democratic Congress. Cash brought in. This is the program that is being run now. It was something before when the NNP was in power. Citizen by investment. That is what they knew. But now it is the cash brought in program. Because all that is being exalted now is the cash that has been obtained through the CBI program. And so you maybe get a little money now. You both have a little 50 something or so $1 million obtained from the CBI program. And maybe now you see a little leeway to build the bridge. You wait until he finish now. Wait until he finish. So I jump on a bus in Sotez and I'm glad I get a bus. And when I reach in Victoria, I break down. And in Tonga going, how can I exalt you when I have not gotten to my destination? You see, as I always say on my program, government is continuum to the satisfaction of this administration. That is the only time government is continuum to them. Because whenever they don't do the things that the past administration would have left there, that is already left in black and white, and you start to lambaste them on it, you hear them say, but NNP, that program was a fraud. You always hear, when you start to lambaste them, oh, that program was a fraud, and the friend was the contractor, and this and that and the other. That is what you hear from them. But as soon as the project starts, you hear they want exaltation. They want to be recognized. You see how you see how the concept or the mindset of this administration goes? Because you should not have a program like them. Like when this NNP was in power, when he had persons doing the programs and challenging NNP. Right? But now is their time. Programs like this should not be held. But he was accepted under Dr. Mitchell. Himself and other ministers of government was called all kind of names, derogatively, defamated, disrespected. And he was accepted. Hey, he laughed. Hey, he don't easy that. But no, you come on a program like mine, I still wouldn't drop my standard to the level of doing what they did. I wouldn't sit here and disrespect ministers of government and calling them all kind of derogative names. No. Because at the end of the day, I respect the office. But when they falter, I speak of the issue. I don't share hatred for them. I share hatred for what they do or what continue not to happen. I would speak on. This is what you call about. This is what you speak when you speak as it relates to against politicians. You understand me? You don't come here and hate on Andy Williams. I don't hate Andy Williams. But when things don't happen within his ministry that he's expected to do, you would hear me speaking on that issue. You understand me? I address them by their names, their office, or if I don't remember their office, I give them a title to the name. And this is the respect level that I have for the office in which they hold. And so when I speak as it relates to housing and I have a problem with the Ministry of Housing, I speak on the issue and the individual who's responsible for and expecting him or her to get it done. And if you cannot understand that simple concept, I don't have any hatred, and you see, don't have nothing, have never done anything personally to me. So I'm not here preaching that I hate NDC. NDC didn't used to send me all about. And then when I get this disgruntled understanding that I was not educated enough, that I jumped to a next party, this is not what is happening here. I don't have hatred for NDC. When they deal with issues of the states, dissatisfactory to me, you would hear me. So NDC didn't hate me or do me anything. Deacon Mitchell, the Prime Minister, did not do me anything personally. I have no personal hatred against anybody. But you see others have that heavy weight on their back of hatred for Dr. Mitchell. Because they want it so much. And so they were not even qualified enough to even be a part of. You understand me? Not even qualified enough to be a part of. And they want to weigh heavy shoulder and a light brain. That is not how it works. Jacket and tie goes with brain. Thought counts. Initiatives, understanding, intellectual concept as it relates to what has to happen must be a part of your characteristics in order to be a member of the new National Party, especially the executive. We don't have pampware within our helm. This is what this party stands for. And immediately, as you start believing that you are more than this organization, we don't chase you, you know. You just go. That is what this administration, this NNP administration stands for. We give people with the understanding that is willing to learn, willing to build, willing to understand, willing to grow, accepting the fact that they may not be perfect. But we give them that opportunity of growth and understanding. This is what we stand for. Hence the reason why Dr. Mitchell stands on any podium today and says to the people, I know I have made mistakes. I know that I faltered in many ways. And he said, I know my administration did not meet up in every prospect that they expected to. And that's a man. That is the understanding of change. That is the understanding of maturity. That's the understanding of growth. And so if you want to sit on his 22 years and he thief briefcase and he do this, he continues to grow as an individual. And still within the state, the individual still is being loved by. That is what growth and development, understanding. Change deserves acceptance. Accept you're faltered. Accept you're not perfect. Some of all, you're too perfect. This is not what this program here is for. It's not perfectionist. It's not for perfectionists. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, we continue to move on. I continue to ask this question, and for the many persons who follow my program daily, or regularly, I must say, what takes priority in the state? What takes priority? The RGPF would have had issues. You understand me? Would have had issues, ladies and gentlemen, surrounding a particular place of faith. You understand me? And so, many other issues surrounding the country. And so you hear very little. You have to call them out. You have to beg for them to come out. Ask them, oh gosh, we have a problem. They come and talk about it. But Papa, in a particular place last week, maybe the RGPF would have said to a promoter, we don't give you pass for that particular place. We're not going to permit you to have an event there. And who jump out? Who jump out, ladies and gentlemen? 2 shooting incidents happened in the south of the island. 2 Fridays consecutively. I could recall because I live in the South. Shooting incidents happening just around the Sugar Mill roundabout. The other one close to Wall Street. Consecutively within a very short period of time. Up to this day, I have never seen or heard the parliamentary rep within that area spoke on that issue and spoke as it relates to non-violence and in terms of curbing the issues of gun. But a little dance place where a little fete is being held, they locked them down last week. And who take it to Facebook? Who write up status on what was done? What takes priority? Look within the mirror, ladies and gentlemen. See through them. See what takes priority for them. See what takes priority. Because at the end of the day, 2 shootings within the south of the island was not of paramount importance as locking down Pandy. 2 shootings took place within meters of each other. Sugar Mill roundabout, Wall Street. One allegedly happening right inside of Montu. And that was not important to address. That was not important to meet with the RGPF. But Pandy locked down. And immediately, Mr. Fix Everything went and he said he met with the RGPF and he asked the persons. And mind you, I am not against the Pandy conversation, you know. And the conversation of culture and it is in the cultural season. Mind you, I'm not against that. I am not against that. I applaud the fact that he went out and he went on the limb for that. And he understands culture. And understands the inculcation of culture during this time. And he even expressed the non-violence for the season. I am not against that. But I'm saying to you, the same vice, the same vigor, the same love and wanting to should have been expressed, Mr. Minister, Mr. Parliamentary Representative. I expected that same vigor when that shooting incidents took place within your constituency. And so it leaves you to wonder what takes priority. What is important to them? You understand me? So we're not against the Pandy incident. It is carnival. We expect that those little incidents, and mind you, even on that conversation, no, I don't know the specific reason why the lockdown would have happened last week. It is surrounding either persons are keeping the beach unkept or something that is relating to a violent issue. No, to my understanding, it did not happen close to the event. It happened way away from the event. So I don't know if it was that was the issue. Most of I want to believe it was as it relates to the cleanliness. Right? However, I want to implore to the RGPF, even at the end of those events, and you see what happens, and even the promoters, I would give some of you all this advice. When you all have your events, and nothing wrong in hiring 2 liquor police. Take what I tell you. Or maybe get a 2 security, pay a 2 security, and maybe a 2 police. Right? Because those incidents does have spillover. Or the events, sorry, the events does have spillovers. And yes, the event may not happen, the incident may not happen at your event or the location of your event. But sometimes you know it happens. Right? It is because of that. And that is how it's going to be said. Because if an incident happens or event happens at the National Stadium and that incident happens by lack of roundabout, you know definitely they go say, oh, it is because of that incident. So I would implore that promoters make such a demand from the RGPF. I know, and then again, to the RGPF, I know it could be very, very difficult for you guys. honestly, it could be because of manpower. All right. But I think it should be done in a manner where you can do either spot checks or regular intervals, maybe do little mobiles in the area, maybe have within the events, maybe officers in civilian clothing, and you see, these are the things that may help. You understand me? Because, I mean, where the incident happened, you may want to peruse just in that area. But sometimes you need to travel. Because you see, sometimes individuals come from those events and they're intoxicated and things happen, even vehicle accidents and so on. Right? Sometimes they don't see the presence of the police and they believe they can do anything. And anything can happen. But this is not so. Right? And even if we want to say that the police is not making themselves present, I can say to you, having been a police officer around this time, the police is expected to do so much more. And this year, what we're seeing every Sunday morning, police stations have sometimes more than 3 and 4 event areas to cover, which is not a regular thing. Because South St. George may have about 3 places that may be having like a jab. Central might have about 5 areas that might be having events. Guelph may have about 2. Victoria may have about 2. So they are going to have this level of, extra they would have to do. But I believe even if it, as I said, is periodic checks that can happen in those areas and in those events will be of paramount importance. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I always like to keep my throat a little bit dry. You understand? Because I don't want to get hoarse while speaking. All right? So, I venture to speak as it relates to priority. Like, what take priority? You understand me? What take priority? And no, I don't know how many other parents may have the information. But, again, and as I mentioned it earlier on briefly, usually, what I'm used to, and this, you need to understand this. Some Grenadians have gotten used to a particular thing. One of which, just before Carnival, maybe a week or so after school closes, we are accustomed to the conversations of school book distribution, uniform assistance programs, and other things of that nature. Now, even the transformational agenda, let us know. But there are parents that are inquiring as it relates to the regular assistance programs that are given by government after school closes before the start of another school year. That is what we have gotten used to. And so we're asking kindly, most respectfully, to the Prime Minister. Maybe he can get the information from the Minister of Education as it relates to why is it that it is a drag your foot method at this time for persons to start hearing about the school assistance program and the school distribution program. No, I wouldn't lie. I have seen 1 or 2 schools mention it. But you can still hear many other parents asking or inquiring from others as to when we would hear about the school distribution, when we would hear about the school assistance program. Have you all ended those programs? Persons need to know. I mean, we don't have much time, so we cannot speak for a whole 2 months. We have a little time left. And so we know that the cash brought in program has given a sufficient amount of monies to the treasury of the state. At least give the children a little 2 million out of the cash brought in program. You understand me? And so if they could be assisted, it would be nice. When somebody's asking if they're not giving it, well, we don't know. We don't know whether or not it is being given, or they're just waiting for job to play first and then address it. Right? But it's one where I think that they have gone electronically, even to that extent. So it should be a situation whereby it should be an easier process, whereby parents does not have to, I think, go to collect the vouchers. I think is one that have been, and I remember last year the PS within the Ministry of Education mentioning that they have gone electronically. So I believe to myself, and he said last year they had slight hiccups, and in going forward that there might be, some much more improvement, right? But however, having just about 2 weeks after school closes, we have not heard anything. And so we ask of the Ministry of Education to at least come to us. Because, we don't want to have to start a call program. Somebody saying Anglican High School students was given forms to fill out in the beginning of May. All right? So we see that you see how we share information on this platform? Not hypocrisy or hatred. So somebody saying Anglican High School students was given forms to be filled out in the beginning of May. I believe those forms are for the voucher, right? Ms. Theodore, if you can assist, if they're given for the voucher program. And so this is a little clarification as to say, there has been something that have been done thus far, right? So I guess that is what Miss Theodore is saying. So you understand how we operate. And so if that has happened, we expect some form of distribution, right? So she's saying yes, it's the school uniforms. So we expect some form of distributions as it relates to voucher to take place more speedily. All right. My kids got form to fill up before school closed. Right. So we have information. So parents, if you have the forms, right, and they're not being filled out as yet, please fill out the form and carry it back in. Because sometimes they say, I'll bring it back in late. And we don't want that. So we want to ensure all our children get what they have to get and what they deserve in order to go back to school. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to my next point for the evening. Now, the Ministry of Health have ventured into a new way of ensuring that our country remains healthy. So, amidst of not having some of the basic items and not being able to get proper testing and so on, what they're advising now, or what the Ministry of Health have started doing in order to cure many sicknesses in Grenada, is to walk. So every time you look on their Facebook page, they have a walk from Concord to Guave. They have one from Victoria today. They have one from Tongue today. So you are COVID, walk. You sugar high, walk. You're pregnant, walk. Your finger cut, walk. Walk is curing everything within the Ministry of Health. Everything is to walk. Just walk. Now, we have also heard, and that's what I'm saying to you again, this administration fails to give follow-up, fails to give feedback, and when you speak on it, they tell you is an obstructionist. Now, we heard as it relates to the rise in COVID cases. We heard as it relates to it from the medical chief officer or the chief medical officer, the CMO. No, we have not been given any information after that. Whether or not he go down, whether or not he go up, whether or not he's been stable, whether or not we have had new testing, whether or not nothing. We heard data collection for dengue fever, and as it relates to the collection of persons who have been contained with dengue fever, after that, we don't hear nothing. People within the powers that be, it is important to give feedback. This is what communication entails. And they tell you a good communicator gives feedback. It's not only when you hear we mention it and we program, or you jump on it, and then all you calling us obstructionists. Start to call us suggestionists or implementationists. Because we have to keep saying things on our programs, on our platforms, and that is when it is being done. So why, when we give the suggestions, mention those things, or you do it, or you call it obstruction? What is to obstruct? What is the meaning of the word to obstruct? What it means to cause an obstruction? We are giving advice. We're giving suggestions. There was a rise in COVID cases. It was made public. We are asking after what, 2-3 weeks after? We have to come and ask, well, okay, what is the situation with COVID now? Do we have to do that? But when they come and they do it, oh, give them a praise, man. Praise the administration, man. How can you ask to be praised when everything somebody has to tell you to do? Somebody has to tell you. Because every single thing that comes up, you don't know about gun, you don't know about gun found, you don't know about marijuana found, you don't know about, they didn't tell you about the crime in cases. Everybody have to spoon feed you with information that is being made public. How is it so? Why is it so? How can I be obstructing you when I come on my program? When the first set of dengue persons, well, when I got it, I came on my program, I said, listen to me, this ain't no common cold. I implored, I said, listen to me, do some data collections. 2-3 weeks after, we had dengue. Talks on the ground, there's a rise in COVID cases. You're hearing it here, there, and everywhere. All kind of program, everybody broadcasting it. The CMO come. He said 25, 14, 25, 70. And after that, what happened? A situation like COVID that caused a worldwide pandemic. Why do we have to come back and say, well, why is the situation with the COVID case? Did it drop? Has it increased? Is there an awareness out that persons should take precautions measures? And then when you mention that, hear what they supporters saying. But always big people, always should know. All you have to protect all yourself. Government is supposed to protect all you. You understand me? And you see, when you see you start to have that, you're breeding, you're inculcating. It is what you call the fish rotting from the head. And so they have been bred with that levels and thoughts as to say, well, no, don't ask government for nothing. Government should be informed about nothing. Before any time something happen, and I'm bringing it down to that, when NADMA, why government don't change NADMA? Anytime I like a breeze blow before, when NADMA and so on, the last time they are mentioned when NADMA, somebody said not NADMA that are responsible for it, the Met Office. I had to ask them, well, when, how long ago? Because all the years of the reign of the NNP, anytime something happened, breeze blow, landslide, when NADMA. Everything when NADMA. Why government don't do this and why government don't do that? But no, don't blame NADMA. Blame the Meteorological Office. So you understand what is going on, ladies and gentlemen. This is a no-blame government. Don't blame them at all. Never speak ill on this administration. Never give suggestions. Only come on programs like this and say, yeah, by NDC is the best. I remember during the election, we had a Jamaican politician who came and said, there is pothole in the road. And they say, well, where the woman pass? Well, without pothole again. What we are now is copper hole. Pothole too small. Right now, what we have is road in the hole. Not hole in the road. There is roads now in the holes. And so you should not mention that. The road of mal again. It don't bad again. The road of mal again. It don't bad again. So this is the understanding. This is what have been This is a notion that should be sent out. This is a notion, ladies and gentlemen, that should be sent out. That we should not speak any ills of this administration. Absolutely none. But praise them. Praise them. You in a bus, if you head down on your phone, you feel the bus go so and the feel the bus come back. You look around to see, well, what bus or what vehicle did it overtake? A hole. A whole hole in the road. A whole hole there in the road. So the bus had to swing so and the vehicle had to swing back so. But when the lady came and she mentioned it, they asked where she passed. What road did she travel on? But all for now, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. Lovely road. Lovely, lovely road. During this time, ladies and gentlemen, who you are blocks out everything. Who you are right now blocks out everything. Whatever you did, whenever you did it. So you hear they calling brother Sheldon Scott, all kind of thief. They calling me all kind of thief. And so when they meet the big cat, good morning, sir. Morning, chief. Morning, boss. Sheldon touch joke money. Sheldon allegations is joke money to somebody who sits in the chair as a minister of government. So it's not what you do. It's where you sit now that blocks out everything. Blocks out everything. And when you see you pass the minister in charge of thief, the MIT, minister in charge of thief. Morning, sir. Morning, chief. Yeah, morning, boss. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But as I said, if we want to run the drama, we could run it. But I believe that there are macho people on my program who are here not to hear bacchanal. They're not here. I'm not here to run a bacchanal and a back and forth. Because they go take a little piece maybe in the program today and post it some way. Say something. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. It only means that my voice is being heard. And no publicity is bad publicity. So if you take a little piece and you send it out, somebody might watch it and say, but why they attacking that man so much, boy? Let me go and hear what that man does talk about. And let me go and listen to what he does say to see how much of it. Because you see what does be happening? They deal with you before they hear you. They judge you before they hear you. So at the end of the day, they are not focused on the conversation, that Prince might be holding on his program. They try to paint the picture first as it relates to character. And listen to them talk. Listen to me talk. Speak to me in person. Understand my intellectual understanding. Ask of my lifestyle. Ask how I carry myself as a person, as a husband, as a father. Ask them, what of my character up to date can you judge me and you on? What can you judge me on? And so this is what they do. They like that. Because they filled with that. They like that in them. So they come to my program and then all you hear that and they run back with the melee and then melee here, melee there. This is not who Sylvia and Bukore is. Tell them that. They grow a young man to have respect for each and every individual. And so if you're displeased with what I say, if I defamated your character, I was obscene, I threatened you or I insulted you, I am against the law. But when I speak of information that is factual for the hearing of individuals who want to hear it, how much? 125 persons? I think my job has been done. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. Don't worry. They're coming at you. They're coming at us. I have never seen this. A victorious party. You win. You win. You win. You win. Nobody don't tell them that. Somebody just type and this is all you win. And this is all you in power. All you maybe could type in that day so persons could see. And this is all you win. What we're doing here is mere dissemination of information. We're not on campaign. Campaign done. All you win. What? Do what the state has asked you to. The state, the people of the state gave you a job. You sent your application out as to reference a normal man obtaining a job. And the first thing he reach on work, as he reach on work, he said to course and say, boss, well, listen to me. That man threatened me, and I don't want that day, and I don't day. NDC, all you win. This has not hit your realization yet. Nobody can tell them that. Like WhatsApp the Prime Minister and his supporters. NDC, all you win. Time to get the work of the state done. Me and Sheldon Scott and them, we go talk. But prove to us that what we're saying is untrue with action. Because every time Mr. Scott and I and others could host the program and speak on issues, you're not embarrassing up to the point where we say we don't have nothing to talk about this week. Every week we have. And the information that we disseminate, it is not far-fetched or far from the truth. And this is all you win, yes. That's what you have to tell them. Whenever they come to argue with all you and try to curse all you and try to discredit all you, say to them, NDC, all you win. All you win. The country is all your own. Dr. Mitchell sits in the position as your opposition leader. After his wonderful service, he sits in the chair at home. Driving up and down in the black van again. NDC, all you win. What about that? That is hard to digest. That you steal on the names of others and characters of others and attempting to belittle others. NDC, all you win. And Dr. Mitchell this, and you want to lock up this one, and you want to jail this one, and you want to send him this one. NDC, all you win. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you know what surprises them the most? The opportunity to rule. They have now gotten the opportunity to rule. You now hold the mantle. You now have the rod to correct. And you can't. That is what hurts you the most. The opportunity has been given to you to perform, and you're underperforming. And instead of searching yourself, so say to yourself that you're underperforming, instead, you're not listening to the message, you're trying to destroy the messenger. But in the attempt to destroy the messenger, your behavioral pattern and characteristics remain the same. And you're not doing that simple checkup. Somebody saying some of them Calypsonian and all and realize that. Don't talk about some of them in the media people. All you win. NDC. All you win. I can't speak Spanish. Maybe I got to look for it. Maybe on Google or something so. Or you win. The election is over. And so we sit and watch while you perform. And if you're underperforming in any walks of life, once you're underperforming or there is some form of dissatisfaction, you would hear somebody say something. It happens at school, at work, at play. Somebody's underperforming, you say they're underperforming. Despite there might be efforts to improve, but still, you don't want us to say that. You still don't want to hear you can do better. You still vex with us for saying you can do better. You still vex with us for saying fix the bridge. Give us a little debushing. But how we are obstructing you by saying that? How is that an obstruction? I am telling a gentleman, watch me, I realize that your yard need a little cutting, you know. I don't think I'm out of place. It is up to you as an individual receiving the information to look at the yard and see whether or not I'm lying or not. You have to look at your yard and say to yourself, listen to me. Yeah, but that yard need cutting in truth. But when you turn around and tell me, but move your old stupid self there, when me yard need cutting, I am seeing that you're having a problem. The end of the day result, ladies and gentlemen, and the expectation from the administration is that you have won, and we expect to see you performing in a manner most accepted by the people who would have elected you to do the job that they would have given you the mantle to perform. And so we have known the administration to have failed. One term. Go back, ask about the NDC of the past. So we know, or we have heard of issues of many times in which this administration, when given governance, have failed. So we are asking you guys now to just change that. That's what we are asking all, you know. Change that. We know it's one term all you don't spend. We have given you all chances and you all have failed it as an administration. The record is there. This is not Prince saying that on the program. Check back that every time the Grenadian people has given this administration a chance to rule, they have failed. This is not me saying that. History will tell you that. History, most recent in 2008, showed you that. And you're vexed with Prince program. Vexed with history and underperformance. And you're vexed with Sheldon Scott and Carl Caton's program and the Boss program and Sister Jenny's program and Real program. History. History would have showed you that. And this is what we're saying to you guys. We don't want it again. The Grenadian people are saying to you, we know that you have a modus operandi. We know there's a regular practice. We know that it has been amalgamated in you, inculcated, integrated in you to underperform as an administrative body. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, and for those who are sports fanatic, Barcelona is known as a winning football team. And whenever Barcelona is playing, you expect them to win. Because despite who are the players, the history has shown you that Barcelona is a good team. So the names would always be called. Excuse me. So hence the reason why we know the modus operandi of the party. And so we take the front and say to you guys, prove us wrong. Prove us wrong. This is what we're asking of you. But when we do that, we're obstructionists. And we're in the dark of the sun. I posted my poem the last time and somebody said to me privately, they say they want to buy it. Buy? Take that for free. Take that for free. That's a free one. That's a free one. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So today, as always, it's a pleasure to sit and converse with you guys. I realized for some reason or the other, I did not have the level of intake of water that I wanted today. So I realized my dehydration was a little bit more today. Usually I try to drink lots of water during the day. Those of you all who do much speaking would know and understand that most of the times, if you have to do speaking, it's important to drink a lot of water during the day. And I realized I didn't take my regular amount of water that I had to today. So you realize even during the program, I break much more times and often to take a sip of water. But that's now here and there. Listen to the message. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure. As per usual, I want to remind you of the political leader that would be speaking tonight, Dr. The Right Honorable Kid Mitchell, at 8 p.m. He will be having an address via the different social medium. And so we're asking persons to please give a listening ear. Again, when they come, ladies and gentlemen, because they're going to come tonight, just simply respond to them and say, NDC, all you win. Don't beat no talk with them, because this is the more you continue to beat talk with these people and them, they don't give you facts. They jump on your character and they get disrespectful. And then sometimes you want to hold your sanity so much that even sometimes you're so vexed, you vex with people all in the house. For this blind does annoy you, right? So I will advise that you all listen to the program tonight and we enjoy the remainder of the evening. And to the persons that are leaving early, I'd never tell all to leave early. Anyways, I have something to give away today again. I will be giving away a burger today. I will surely be giving away a burger today again for the very first person. And I vote of you who came in just last week. Maybe you didn't get the information. However, the program is now being, not sponsored, but I have one person that takes very good interest in the program. And so he has started to give that little incentives and ask that, we continue to run the program. And he would ask that, sometime during the program, give a little giveaway. All right. So just for information's sake, to end the evening, I don't know if Miss Ferguson is aware that I am on my program, but however, I see she is calling. So if you're on the program, please be aware that I can't take your call. I am on the program right now. All right. The new National Party, St. Patrick's West Branch, they present to you Sassy and Sexy this Friday night. They are about the Rum Runner 2. $65 gets you on the inside. You can check the party office and other party members to get yourself a ticket. Don't forget the St. David's Secondary, the St. David's Catholic Secondary. They are celebrating 53 years of anniversary, and so it starts from the 6th of August and ends on the 17th of August. The Ladig Sports and Development Organization, they do Hard Fet. That's a day cruise that will be on the 7th of August. And so the ticket is only $70. Get your ticket right now. And for my very special moment at this stage, I want to say good evening to the persons at G Buggers, that's on Wall Street in St. George's. Their opening hours on Monday and Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Wednesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. on Teal. And on Friday and Saturdays, they're there at 6 p.m. on Teal. All right. at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, somebody today will be getting themselves a burger. All compliments, G Burgers. Today, the burger of the day is your chicken burger. The chicken burger is with chicken pate, served with onion, grilled pickles, lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and dressing. All right? You can call them on 536-7375 to make your order. All right, ladies and gentlemen? So that's at G Burgers. Big Slice and Trend Promotion, they present Staggering Day Cruise. That is about the Rum Runner. They are there on Thursday, the 10th of August. And so you can go out there and enjoy that on Carnival Thursday. On Point Foundation, they are doing a back-to-school drive to assist children here in Grenada. So the persons out there in the diaspora, you can join that drive. All charitable donations are welcome and are tax deductibles, all right? So don't forget, you can call Cathy on 347-262-6818 or Patricia on 917-626-6858. All right? New Face Promotion and Friends, they invite you to a barbecue on Saturday the 12th of August from 5 p.m., yes, to 11 p.m. That's a barbecue that's a back to school drive also. They are on 38 East 96 between Rutland and East New York. Free barbecue on entry. Must bring something to give donations. We are available for pickups also. So don't forget, this is a drive by New Face Promotion and Friends. So the persons in the diaspora, I want to say thank you again for such a wonderful drive that you're having. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that lucky person today comes from my YouTube page. I don't want to have to do anything harsh, because the last time I did my Facebook page, so today, somebody on my YouTube page. Let's see who that lucky person will be. You know, definitely you must be in Grenada. And I'm seeing a name there. I know the individual. And so I want to say congratulations to Mr. Lyndon Pantru. That's on my YouTube page. You are the winner of a burger compliments G Burger. You can call them on telephone number 536-7375 in order to make your arrangement to collect your burger. Just let them know that you was listening to the Classroom, Royalty James's page, and you can earn yourself a free burger. All right? So that is Lyndon Pantru. Congratulations to you. You are the winner of one burger compliments G Burger. All right, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, it was a pleasure being here today. It is a blessing, God's blessings to always keep me alive and keep me upbeat. I want to say good evening. I saw my wife. Online a while ago. Dear, good evening to you, and I love you. I'll be home shortly. My loving wife, good evening to you. All right. I want to say God's blessing to each and every one of you guys, and I would see you again tomorrow. We are on tomorrow. And I want to remind you during the week that next Monday would be our classroom for the start of next week. All right. You know, the last Thursday in the month, we don't do any classes. If there is any other indication, I will let you know. But next Monday would be our class starting next week. But we're back on tomorrow. Let's not jump the week ahead. But we're on tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. And we would be back here to disseminate more information, give more trending, give more information concerning what is taking place in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. And it's always a blessing. God blessings to you and your entire family. I love each and every one of you guys. And this is Royalty James. I am signing out for today. God's blessings to you.
To think stupid, so they want us to feel stupid. That's how they want us to be. Hey, hey, hey. us to feel stupid. That's how they want us to be. That's how they want us to be. They've been celebrating all these days. They've been celebrating all these days. So what about the slavery days? So what about the slavery days? They've been celebrating all these days. They've been celebrating all these days. So what about the slavery days? So what about the slavery days? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. So they want us to think stupid. So they want us to feel stupid. That's how they want us to be. That's how they want us to be. They know that I know, and I know that they know. They know that I know, and I know that they know. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. So they want us to think stupid. So they want us to feel stupid. That's what they want us to do. That's what they want us to do. They told us things will be better. They told us things will be cheaper. They told us things will be easier. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. So they want us to think stupid. So they want us to feel stupid. That's who they want us to be. That's who they want us to be. They've been celebrating all these days. They've been celebrating all these days. So what about the slavery days? So what about the slavery days? They've been celebrating all these days. They've been celebrating all these days. So what about the slavery days? So what about the slavery days? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. So they want us to think stupid. So they want us to feel stupid.